Welcome to the Market Moment. This is Matt here with Lee today.
Good morning.
And we've got a couple topics we want to talk about, just the two of us. A lot going on here at the office, so just me and Lee this morning. But glad you guys are joining us. So a lot going on in the world. Had Trump come out, and a lot of conversation around Greenland. He's in Switzerland today and tomorrow. Markets reacted yesterday. Big down day in the market. Most of the major indexes were down. 1.5% to 2.5%. Market's kind of bouncing this morning because everybody's like, hey, Trump's not going to invade Greenland.
Yeah.
So that's kind of front and center. Any quick thoughts on that?
It was interesting in that, we had a pretty sell America theme yesterday. America stock sold off. The dollar sold off. U.S. Treasury sold off. Bitcoin, crypto sold off. So it was a very anti-American sentiment, which was interesting because probably 2/3 of the decline occurred before 10:30, 11 o'clock when Europe closes.
Right.
Once Europe closed, we stabilized a little bit. And, we did trend down a little bit towards the end of the day. But it was a very negative sentiment towards the U.S. Interesting in that as the Fed has lowered rates here domestically. When the world sells treasuries, it causes overall interest rates to go up. Mortgage rates are directly tied to the 10-year, which they saw a spike yesterday. So, things are kind of settling down a little bit today, like to your point.
Yeah.
We had a long weekend. A lot of this negative news came out over the weekend. You had a lot of pent up negativity, and you see that, and you see it on the flip side too in positive times. But everybody had 3 days to stew on this, and they came in on Tuesday morning and sold.
Yeah.
So calmer heads will prevail. This Greenland issue, as you and I were talking before we went on camera, is nothing new.
It's not new, and it's more complicated than people, it's not this whole idea of like Trump just wants to take Greenland.
Correct. Correct. To add to his real estate portfolio.
Yeah.
This is something that has come up probably for the last 150 years. Multiple presidents have discussed it, made the attempt to, never been successful.
Right.
But to your point that you were making earlier off camera, Trump is a pretty good negotiator. And, one of the things that he does at times is he shoots for the moon knowing that he's going to have to settle for something between here and there. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Europe's involved. What really caused the markets to sell off was the threat of more tariffs on Europe if they didn't get behind his plan.
Right.
So,
yeah, you have to keep a cool head through a lot of this, right? Just kind of stay calm. I think the markets reacting the way they did wasn't surprising, and it's kind of encouraging. It's like, okay, like big negative news, big potential negative outcome, markets reacted appropriately.
Yeah.
That's never a bad thing to see as long as things kind of settle out and people don't panic.
And
right? It's the panic that you want to avoid. Having 1 or 2 days of a sell-off because of a major headline and it's kind of, okay, let's reset and see where this goes. I think it's good to see the market not doing, the opposite of like, there was a couple years ago, it was like the market was rallying anytime there was bad news because of all the nuances. And so,
and it reminds you how far we've come how high we've run in the market in that, we had an 800 plus point sell-off, and that wasn't but 1.5% or, 1
took us back to like January 3rd.
Yeah. And so it reminds us, man, we've had some years of great returns. This is, normal. Doesn't feel good, but it's normal.
Yeah.
And then things will resume. It's normal, like you said. Bad news, bad results.
Yeah.
All thoughts and opinions shared in this recording belong to the participants. This podcast is meant to inform and educate and should not be seen as solicitation or endorsement for business. The hosts of the Market Moment podcast are employees of Mach 1 Financial Group, LLC.